Hey, what's up, everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Round Table Talk. I'm your host, C Money, and we are once again back here on 42nd Avenue. If you just joining us, we did two videos earlier. The first video, we did a video of the USA Flea Market, which showcased the area and what it has turned out to be. And just a few moments ago, we did a video of the Opa-locka Flea Market, which is down that way, and we are now about 2 to 3 blocks up, and we are now heading to our next location, which is called the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market. Now let me give you a little bit of a background on this one before we go. Remember in the last video, the Opa-locka Flea Market opened up in 1985 from what the online said. The flea market closed in 2023, giving very little options for all of the retailers. Now, it did say that some of the retailers migrated to other flea markets. Oh, they got a Metrolink right there. They got Metrolink. That's the Metrolink. That's the bus I was telling you about. I did say we was gonna catch it. That is the Metrolink. It's a little minivan, but I did say a lot of the retailers, they either closed their shops or they migrated to other areas, like other flea markets and places, so they can keep on. Not too many came here. Now this place is called the Atlantic Hosiery Outlet, which was once in this area, but it migrated to this big old building, or office building I should say, or whatever. And when the Atlantic Hosiery, they ended up going joint forces with the flea market, and now it's called the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market. The reason why the names did not change because we are on the Opa-locka side. Remember, when the Opa-locka Flea Market, that was in the middle of that was on the borderline of Opa-locka and Hialeah. We are now in the Opa-locka area, so to save face, they just kept the name to be the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market. Now we're gonna come in here and do a walkthrough of the. Now I had the opportunity to come in here one time. I came in here once or twice, and it's not bad. It's a nice flea market. Now Atlantic Hosiery is a hosiery department that owns the whole building, but then they went into partnership with the flea market to partner up some of their areas to make it a flea market. So let's go inside. Okay. Okay, this is the Atlantic Hosiery department where they sell sleepwear, nightwear, socks, shoes, a lot of the stuff. So now we're going to take a walk through the flea market. Now, I must say, this flea market is not like the outdoor flea market. It's much smaller, and not only that, it has very little space for a lot of the vendors. See the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market, and let's go. And a lot of these, places they we'll come back. A lot of these places are only open. Now this place is open every day. I'm okay. This place is open every day. You have a lot of vendors and stuff like that. So hello. All right. I'll come back. Like you see, you have stores and things like that. That'll take you over to the Atlantic Hosiery. But now we're gonna come over here. Now, the one thing I can say about this is a gentrified flea market. Uh-oh, come on. $1 away. You have a lot of stores here and stuff like that. Now, most of these stores probably wasn't at the original flea market, and some of them are. But you have, you know, an exit sign. Now, what makes this flea market not only different from the original flea market, because in about 2 seconds I'm about to see there's vending machines right there. We're gonna come back. We're probably gonna come back in here, but we're gonna come out and show you in 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to the I forgot there was a step. Welcome to the outdoor side of the flea market, where there is outside. I actually did get a haircut here one day from one of the barbershops here, and this is the outdoor flea market here. You know, this has grown ever since the last time I came here, because I don't remember a lot of these restaurants being here. So this has grown to stuff. And this is the outside, and this is not technically outside. This is more of a food truck plaza, because there used to be a lot of food trucks here, and a lot of the flea market stores are inside of these warehouses buildings. So it's not technically an outdoor flea market. This, I think, is a bar. This is a food stand that serves food. This is a clothing, looks like a shoe store and clothing store. I think I did see, hey, this is a pet shop, and that's a pet shop, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of, okay, so we're walking through. I don't know where the barbershop I went to. They probably closed and moved, but so, hello. You have a lot of King Furniture, which was one of the original locations at the old Opa-locka had their flea market. So this is another location that sells stuff. So you don't have to enter the flea market to actually go to the flea market. If you want to come to the outside section of the flea market, they have a lot of locations here and things like that. So we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna go on the inside. Now, roughly, the original flea market, it took you, if you shopping, over an hour, maybe more, to walk the flea market. Here, maybe 30 minutes, depending on how you shop. Because this might be the barbershop, I don't know, but because it's not as big and as popular as the other flea market, so you're not gonna get as, you know, much out of here. And I see that a lot of these locations are closed, because, you know, and this is Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market, so a lot of these locations are closed on the week. So, you know, and they're more open on the weekends. Now, I don't come out here as much. Now, when I was a little kid at the flea market, I used to come out to the original flea market a lot with my mom and all of that, you know, because we stayed in the area, you know, take the bus, come out here. So now it's because of the fact that we stayed further. We used to still come out here, but didn't come out here as much. And then when they closed and reopened the flea market, it was maybe 1 or 2 times I brought my mom out here. Now let's go back into the inside, where it is nice and cool. Now we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna give it a bottle of water. I might have the money for it. Let me see how much this water is. I know it's probably gonna cost a little bit more than you would get at the Oh. $0.75. Oh. That's a hell of a deal. Uh-oh, because my dollar is crinkled. I'm sorry, y'all. My dollar is crinkled.
Pero lo que él tiene no son los de Cuba, lo que él tiene son los que ponen
I'm gonna do 25. And as you can see, they're playing Latin music. Oh, they have Sunny Delight too. Oh, I could have took a Sunny Delight. And they're also playing Latin music. Oh, they have sandwiches. Wait a minute. Oh, I forgot it was 75 cents. I'm thinking, wow, I'm gonna get in the corner. And this is like if you don't want to go to like one of the stores, like all of the restaurants and the food vendors are on the outside. There's none here on the inside. I mean, they may sell drinks and sodas and stuff here, but all of the food vendors, they're on the... Let's go this way. Well, and this is certain parts. Now we're gonna go back over. Like I said, a lot of these locations probably was from the original flea market, but they ended up migrating over here. But the ones who couldn't, so now we're here at the Atlantic Hosiery. Well, I bought a few pairs of underwear. Now, I will tell you this. It took me walking this. It's only been 12 minutes. So that means just walking around the flea market. You don't get a lot of time in the flea market. You only get a few minutes here in the flea market. So if you're a shopper, it'll probably take you no more than 30 minutes. You have Mary's Boutique, which is, I guess, a part of the Atlanta Hosiery. Now, Atlanta Hosiery, I believe, owned this whole building, but they didn't need the whole building, so they probably eventually said, okay, we're going to help out the Opa-locka flea market, and we're going to merge with them, and then we're going to give them, you know, some of the space, and the restrooms are over there. We're going to give them some space, and we're going to have it where they can operate some of their space over here. So we're going to go sit outside and have a conversation outside. So they have it to where they probably operating some of, you know, they wanted to share the space, so they wanted to share their location, like their property with the flea market. They said, okay, so why don't we just share this flea market, share this venue with our joint? And they probably, you know, the owners of the flea market who owned the flea market said, okay, we're gonna, you know, pay you a hefty price, and everybody that wants to move over here, they have to pay a deposit or whatever case may be. And this is what I keep forgetting about, that big heavy step. And this is what you get out of it. Now, a lot of these places are closed up, and I'm guessing because they're more open on the weekend, because they get more service here on the weekend. And I guarantee you, if it was Saturday or Sunday or the weekend or whenever they open up, I probably would have been ordered. The last time I did order from here, I think I ordered some pasta or something from here, and I ended up eating here. But it's a lot of these things. Now, I can't really tell you roughly when this opened up. I believe somewhere I would say 2020, between 2023 and 2024, because I know the flea market, Opa-locka Highland Flea Market, was open in 2022. No, I take that back. 2021, I know was open because I believe that was the year I took the girl I was talking to. That was the year I took her to the fair. And roughly around 2022 and 2023 when they closed the Opa-locka Highland Flea Market, and they eventually opened this one up. So I can't really tell you. I didn't do no research on that, but I know that they opened it up around about that time. Hold on, y'all. I need to get me some water. Cause I just bought that water. I'm thirsty. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But they eventually opened up this one, and they did say that a lot of the vendors went to other flea markets. I know there's a flea market in North Miami that we'll probably do in the near future that's still open, but I didn't venture to it. We'll probably do that in the near future. And because the Opa-locka Highland Flea Market was one of the last, because remember, the location in Miami Gardens that I talked about that we might be able to go to, if not, we'll do it on another day. That was the first one to close because eventually that went down. Then the USA Flea Market ended up closing, and then eventually the Opa-locka Highland Flea Market closed afterwards. Now the only one that got gentrified into something good was the location in Miami Gardens, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. Hopefully we'll be able to do the episode today, but that was the only one that got gentrified into something good. The USA Flea Market location didn't get gentrified into something good. It became a storage area for 18-wheelers and tractor trailers and stuff like that. The Opa-locka Highland Flea Market location didn't get gentrified because now it's just a lot filled with sand and rocks and all of that. It just got moved and renamed down. It got moved to down the street, to about a couple of blocks down the street, and got renamed from the Opa-locka Highland Flea Market to the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market. Now technically it should just be called the Opa-locka Flea Market, because this is not indoor, this is also outdoor. It should be called the Opa-locka Indoor/Outdoor Flea Market, because a lot of the shops are also outdoor as well. It's just that a bulk of the vendors and the shops are on the inside, but you have a lot more, and all of the restaurants sits on the outside, So roughly, it took me less than 15 minutes to walk the flea market. Less than 15 minutes. Now on a shopping day, it would have probably took me a little bit more time because of the shopping, but in reality, it took me less than 15 minutes to get here to do walking. So if you're like with the other flea market, I told you it would take you over an hour, or maybe close to an hour, because you not only had the shopping vendors, you had all of that. You had so many rows. They was from A till about. Now remember, my location was in row P. So A to P, you can see how many letters of the alphabet that is. So you had so many up there. And then it got to where, you had also locations in the back that sold produce and fruit, like the ones you see here as well. So it was a lot. I don't know what that is. Is that supposed to be a pumpkin? But a lot of the locations did turn and did come this way, and they ended up becoming vendors out here, and then they ended up being more, or whatever, But this is it. This is the new Opa-locka Flea Market, which is called the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market, which was a new spot for the old location. Like I said, when the old location closed and a lot of the businesses moved here and made a home here. So this is where the new flea market lives. There's only a few, like 2 to 3 blocks north of the original location. So it was only 2 to 3 blocks north of here. So if you go looking for the original flea market, you're probably gonna see, you're gonna see it's closed, and then you just come up like 2 to 3 blocks north, and it's saying this is right off of 42nd Avenue and 135th Street. The other location was like 42nd and about 20th Street, like 127th, 100 something like that. But this one is 135th Street and 42nd Avenue. This actually sits right across the street from the Opa-locka airport. So you can come outside and you can actually see the sign from the street from the Opa-locka airport here. So this is it. This is what it is. So I guess the barbershop is open, but that's not how the barbershop was looking when I came. I just came to get a haircut, but here, and the last time I was here, I think I bought a little bag or something, a tote bag, and they have King furniture. Like I said, I remember them from the old location, and a lot of these stores probably was at the old location. Some probably wasn't at the old location. They just moved over here when they saw a new flea market, and they decided to do business here. And a lot of other locations, like there's a furniture store called Lynn Furniture. They have several locations. My mom ended up buying a dresser from them. They had a location at the old flea market, and when this got closed, when the old flea market got closed, they never reopened they opened their location there. But they have a location around the corner from here, which is less than like a 2 to 3 minute drive from here, that sits on 135th Street. So it's not far. It's not far from here, so it's not far from here. So it's not far, but it's close by, So now this is it. This is the flea market. A lot of the stores, they end up getting closed down, and they ended up migrating to other locations, and some of them ended up here, either or. So this is it. So this is the new Opa-locka indoor flea market here off of 42nd Avenue, which is also Lejeune Road, and first 135th Street in Opa-locka. This is not the Opa-locka Hialeah Flea Market. They rebranded the name because of the fact that we are in the Opa-locka area. The old location was on the borderline of Opa-locka and Hialeah, so they named it the Opa-locka Hialeah Flea Market. But this is called the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market. As you can see, it has a sign that said Opa-locka, and they scratched off the Hialeah because I guess they wanted to call it the Opa-locka Hialeah Indoor Flea Market, but apparently it's not indoor. It's not Hialeah because we are on the Opa-locka side. So that's basically what it is. So now we're gonna go back inside. This is the main entrance to the outside part of the flea market. I'm coming back inside because the air conditioning, every time I go outside and then come back inside, the AC just hits me very finely. So I'm like, ooh. So, okay. So this is it, everybody. This is the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market here. The estimate walkthrough time, I will give you 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. I will give you that because that is roughly the time frame. So I will give you that because that's how long will it take you to walk around now? Shopping wise, it will probably take you longer, but yeah. Maybe depending on how you feel and your walking. Cause like I said, with me it took less than 15, and that's on the indoors and the outdoors. So, and plus, as you know, that's because I walk fast and everything. But okay, but in reality, 20 to 30 minutes, roughly. So we're going back to the front. And so This is it. Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market. 42nd Avenue and 135th Street here in Opa-locka. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, stay hydrated, and I will see you in the next episode. Well, hold on. We're gonna go outside for a second. We're gonna take a outside look at the flea market. I was gonna end this show, but I want you to take an outside look, and I want to show you what I was talking about. Now, if you look over here, you can see part of the Opa-locka. It's called the Opa-locka. It's called the Opa-locka Executive Airport. This is one of the food trucks here where you can sit down and eat. They have stuff here, but if you come over here and look, see flea market and Atlanta hosiery. Because my mom used to come to Atlanta hosiery when I was younger too. So that's what she used to buy her underwears and stuff like that, you know, but and all that. But because that is 135th Street, if you can see. I'm not gonna really zoom in, but if you could look, oh, I didn't know Churro Mania was out here. Okay, so they do have a known business. There's a food truck out here that says Churro Mania, if you can see it in the back. Let's go to the back. It's called Churro Mania. Oh, okay, so they out here too. But if you do look over here through the thing, you can see where it says Opa-locka Executive, Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport. So this is it. This is the Opa-locka Indoor Flea Market here off of 135th Street and 42nd Avenue. I thank you for watching this. I thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out all the videos. Email us roundtable00@yahoo.com. As always, stay blessed, stay safe, stay hydrated. And of course, I will see you in the next episode. Take care.